Hey guys, Eric here. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Before we tune in to the details today, I have one little favor I'd like to ask you. Are you listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify? If you are, and if you haven't done it already, it would be so helpful to Anita and I if you could leave a 5-star review. It could just be putting 5 stars or even writing down something that you really enjoyed and learned from the episodes that you've heard so far. This kind of help would really improve our ability to give you better content and also to help other people find out about Taiwanica. So if you wouldn't mind taking just a few moments to do that if you haven't already, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we really hope you enjoy today's episode.
We have a special episode. We are interviewing a very special guest today. So, Hozumi, could you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Of course. Hello, I'm Hozumi. I'm from Japan, and then I was in Taiwan for years when I was in high school, and then I was in the US last year for 1 year. And I'm so excited to be here today.
Thank you for joining us today. Very nice. Okay, so everybody already heard about Hozumi's background. She is a Japanese. She stayed in Taiwan a very short period of time, 4 years. And she was in the United States last year. Right. Okay. So Hozumi, my first question to you today is, let's just go to the direct question today. The first one. What do you think is the biggest difference between Taiwan and Japan?
I think people is very different in Taiwan and Japan. And then I think people in Taiwan is more like easygoing, kind to others, and then more, laid back. You mean? Yeah, so people is very kind. They have kindness to each other, even they don't know me at the first time, but they are so friendly.
I see. So Taiwanese people are famous for being kind to other people. So you also feel like that when you are in Taiwan?
Yeah.
I see. So that's the biggest difference. The first thing is people. All right, could you share some experience, what kind of kind thing the Taiwanese people did to you when you were in Taiwan?
When I was in Taiwan, I did homestay. So I had a host families, and then I lived with host mother, host father, and then host sisters. But sometimes I visited their grandparents' house, and then spend a time a lot with them. And then even though we had met once and second, several times, they really welcomed me so warmly. And then especially when I was when I went to their host grandparents' house, the end of the year. I mean, New Year's Eve stuff.
New Year's.
Chinese New Year's Eve, and then they, after the New Year, they get me hongbao. Do you know hongbao?
Oh wow, yeah, you got the hongbao too.
Yeah, so I'm not officially not family, but they recognize me as one of the family, and they give a hongbao.
Oh my god, you must cry, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was so
a wonderful
sweet.
Story. Oh my god, that's very nice. Yeah. Yeah. What about the people in Japan? They usually don't do this. If you are, for example, in your situation, if it's happened in Japan, they usually don't do that.
I'm not sure, but Taiwanese people is more welcoming people as a family, one of a family. Yeah. So
I see. It's a wonderful story, and it's very warm. Like I can feel like how warm you are feeling at that time.
And it was one of the like brightest memory in Taiwan. So I experienced like Taiwanese culture, and I got like their kindness or like kind of love.
All right, it makes you feel like you're part of the family.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Especially that you say you are there when you are in high school, right?
Yeah.
Was that first time you leave your country to stay in another?
Yeah, I live in Taiwan. Yeah, living in Taiwan like 4 years. The first time to like being abroad a long time. So and then of course I never like lived in other families before I lived in Japan. So
okay. So like you gave your very first experience to Taiwan, and Taiwan did not disappoint you. It makes you feel welcome. Wow, that's great. That's great. All right, Taiwanese people are so kind. All right. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Next question is, as a Japanese, do you think Taiwanese is very accepting of you? They are very welcoming you. They are very accepting.
Of course, yes, I always felt like I'm so welcomed by Taiwanese people.
So, based on the story you just told us, and there's between you and your like family, like home dad or home mom. What about you between you and your classmate and you and other friends? Do you also feel the same?
So the high school I went to had like Japanese course. So there are many students who learn Japanese, and so at the first time I went to Taiwan, I couldn't speak Chinese enough. So like the student who can speak Japanese or who studying Japanese, they helped me out a lot. And then also like, you know, there are a lot of Japanese like restaurants and then like shops in Taiwan, especially in Taipei. So I went to these Japanese shops in Taiwan with Taiwanese friends after school. So they really bring to learn Japanese culture and then also about me. So it's really helpful for me.
So do you feel like you're able to really have the connection with Taiwanese people?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. I love your story. Your story just so positive. Like, like friendship, family in Taiwan. All right. So do you think it's difficult to make friends in Taiwan?
If I was not like student, I think it's kind of hard to be friend. But like in a school, there's many students and classmates and teachers, so they all helped me a lot. So it's really easy to be a friend, and also they, how can I say? They take me out a lot of place, like
to show you around.
Being local, Taiwanese people.
That's
like
great.
Night market. It's not like sightseeing popular one, like local night market stuff.
Yeah, only local people goes here. That's why I show you here, sort of thing. Nice. Sounds like a great experience. And so can you share one of the most unforgettable memories? Like what kind of really local places or local things that your friend or your classmate showed you?
Like small night market.
small night market.
Yeah, it's really tiny and narrow, and I think, wow, it's night market. I think like walk into there like small narrow, like, but yeah, they actually like the first time to see like what they sell, like foods. It's kind of I'm not sure it's correct. It's kind of like sometimes it's kind of like grotesque stuff or
Okay.
like chicken's legs or like something soup but looks like so black.
Yeah.
Then,
Oh, we love
and it
that.
smells like kind of weird. But yeah, so the first time I hated to have them, but once I had them, oh wow, it's so nice.
So
and it's
nice.
So delicious. I like it. I want more. So
Wonderful. That's what
Yeah, they gave
Taiwanese
me a-
food.
yeah, they gave me a chance to challenge new things a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So they are not just make you feel welcome and accepting. They also challenge you to
Yeah,
try something
it's really
new.
good. Trust me. Yeah, you should try it. And then, okay, I will.
Oh my God. Okay. So your friends and your classmates are actually really nice to you. Just
Yeah,
trust me. You
they're so
try
nice.
this. You love it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So by the sound of it, when the time you stayed in Taiwan, you are literally live in Taiwan like a Taiwanese people,
Yeah.
a person.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I'm curious. You say you stay in Taiwan for 4 years. Are those 4
Yeah.
years you all stay in high school, like staying as a student?
Oh, sorry. I mean, for a year. Sorry.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. My fault. All right.
So no, it's okay. So like 1 year in a high school. So I took a gap year, 1 year in
see.
Japanese high school, and then went to Taiwan.
I see. Oh, wow. All right. Cool. I love your story. Like chicken leg. Try it.
You know, like these like chicken
Oh,
legs.
like the claw thing. Oh my God.
You like it?
Of course I love it. I'm Taiwanese. You also love it. Alright, so you don't you, I don't know, for Japanese people, because I know the Japanese food I know, it's always a very delicate, like art, everything looks so beautiful. So when you first look at the cloth, you are like hesitate to try it, but once you try, you like it.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Okay. What's your favorite Taiwanese food?
Yeah, honestly, I love cheese dumpling.
My God, that was like, you are so Taiwanese. I love it. Cheese dumpling.
Every day, every morning, I went to school. Before I went to school, like host mother gave me a money for the breakfast, and then I went to the breakfast shop and then ordered cheese dumpling and then doujiang.
Oh my God! You're not just order cheese dumpling. You also order cheese dumpling and doujiang.
Doujiang.
You are so good. You are so Taiwanese. I love it. You really know the way. You're like Taiwanese. That's great. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. So, you say you also live in the USA, right? So also like 1 year.
Yep.
Right. So in your experience, 1 year in Taiwan and 1 year in the USA, which one is more challenging to you and why?
I think there are many challenging stuff in both life, but like Taiwanese life is more challenging, I think.
Oh, really?
I couldn't speak Chinese like when I would get to Taiwan, so yeah, it's very hard to do everything without Chinese there.
I see. So the challenging part for you when you're in Taiwan is you don't speak the language.
So language, the Chinese is very like high. I don't know how to say. Yeah.
Like it's the things you must know before you go to Taiwan.
Yeah, but I knew only several sentences in Chinese, so I can do like introducing myself, and then also asking where is the bathroom, and then I don't like taxi. Chantai.
That sentence is very important, I'm telling you.
Yeah, 我不要香菜
Good
is
job.
I knew the sentence before I get to Taiwan.
That's very important, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, your English is really good. So when you're in Taiwan, do you speak English at that time?
Yeah, the very first 3 months I use English. And then I'm trying to speak in Chinese though, but yeah, like the very first 3 months I was using English. And then sometimes Japanese, because like some of students can speak and understand Japanese, so
I see.
yeah.
Right. So, compared to the experience in the USA and Taiwan, you think in Taiwan is more challenging because the language barrier?
Yeah, exactly.
I see. All right. Okay. And let's talk about the positive part. What is one, could you please share one good quality of Taiwan and USA that you enjoy the most? Good quality.
Good quality is people. I say people.
In Taiwan?
Like the boss, I think.
Okay.
I think the people in the US is like being friends is more like easy, and they all are friendly. Like, hey, yo, guys, like this kind of the friendly. And then like when we like pass on a road, yeah, they said, oh, I like your shirt, I like your shoes, a nice hair.
Isn't that just feel so great?
Yeah. like small chatting, like casual conversation. I love it. And then also the people in Taiwan it's a little bit different quality, but like there is more like friendly, but like more like member of family. You know what I mean?
Like,
yeah. I don't know how to say.
Oh, you just, like makes you feel like you belong to their family. Just like that. And like you say, it's quite different kind of quality and feeling. Like in the US, it's very easy for people to have just a little conversation, even though you're just passing by each other on the street. You can easily say something. If you just say, hey, yo, and then the other person will say something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I like it, yes.
And in Taiwan, it's more like they are... I would say that in Taiwan, it's actually not easy to have this kind of feeling. Like, you're walking by the street, if you don't know each other, actually, we are shy. I'm pretty sure you already know that, like, Taiwanese people are shy.
Yeah.
We usually don't engage a conversation first. But, once we know that you are here to learn our culture, like in our school or in my home, then you are part of us. That kind of feeling.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Oh my God.
So, like, in Taiwan, we're like being friend or family, like, gradually, like, step by step. And then in the US, we can already friends when we met.
Yeah, I just met you like 30 seconds ago. Do you want to go grab a coffee with me?
Yeah, like that.
Yes. So it's different feeling, but both are really good qualities.
Yes.
I see. I think, do you think there are some quality about Taiwanese people is very similar to Japanese people?
We'll be right back.
I really like journaling, but I always end up with no time or cannot find a journal that I really like. So I was like, hey, let me create one. So here it is, a self-help journal created and designed by Anita. Inside the book, I provide very simple and easy to follow template. For example, in the morning, to-do list. In the evening, gratitude practice. So You can use a very little time to start this healthy habit. Go ahead and check it out in our description down below or go to our buymeacoffee.com.
Like being shy is kind of similar to Japan. But I think in Taiwan, it's more like easy to talk with each other. I think maybe in the night market or like.
I see. All right. Very interesting. All right. So like what you said, there are some similarity between Taiwanese people and Japanese people. Like we are both shy. But if you compare those two countries in Taiwan, it's actually easier to have a conversation.
Yes, and like more like being casual to communicate with each other.
I see. All right. Love it. I love it. All right. So that brings out to my last two questions for today. All right. So as an Asian, like you and me, like when we first come to a new country, especially the country is very different, like US, we will have cultural shock. So what is your cultural shock in the USA and in Taiwan?
The biggest culture shock in the US is bathroom. Obviously, bathroom.
Why? Which part of the bathroom?
Like, I mean, toilet.
Okay.
The door in the bathroom is open in the under. How do you say?
The door is. I see. You say there was a gap on the floor.
Yeah,
like
there's the big gap between floor and the door.
Yes.
And then sometimes there's a gap on the door and the wall, so someone can see me. So that's the biggest gap, like the biggest cultural gap for me.
Oh, I see. It's the bathroom.
Yeah. I already used to be using this, but like the first time, I really nervous to using the toilet with the gap between doors.
Yes. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, like first time I came here, it's like also the same. Was like, is it normal that I can see people outside of my bathroom? It's like, is it normal? There's a gap. I can literally say hello to the person who's next to me.
Oh, really?
Because of the gap, Yeah, I was like, okay, that's quite weird. Yeah, okay. So it's very interesting. I guess they do that is like due to some safety issue.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they did do that for a reason. Yeah. Okay, so once I know that, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, they do that for some reason. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's very interesting. That's really cool. The first, biggest culture shock in the US is the toilet and the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else that USA shocked you?
Like food is very different from Japan. There.
Totally.
So my college I went to has a big cafeteria. So we can take like anything what I want to eat like, from like booth. And then one day I found like chips, like the snack chips. There's no chips in a like salad food.
Okay.
So I literally know, oh wow, in the US chips is a salad.
All right.
For me, chips is a kind of snack. So it's not salad, but they have chips as a salad. Wow. I feel it's so American.
I guess it quite makes sense because chips, potato, right? Potato is vegetable.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so funny. Well, okay, joke on the side. Food also give you a cultural shock. Like you found potato chips on the salad section.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then also like the size of the food is very different. Like everything is big for me.
I know, right? I was like,
yeah.
are you sure this is one? I only order one. They were like, yeah, that's one. I was like,
yeah,
this big. Interesting. Okay. Also the portion is really big. Got it. Okay.
Exactly.
And next one, which is your culture shock in Taiwan. Do you have the moment like that? The culture shock in Taiwan?
Culture shock is, I'm not sure this is a culture shock, but like there is like military person in the school. Like 教官. 教官. Yeah. And then they checked our uniform and then the hairs. And then, and then there's a nap time in the afternoon. And then they like walking around in the school and then check we
are you
like,
guys sleeping like a baby? Are you guys sleeping?
Yeah. And then sometimes I talk with my friend during like nap time, like that 教官 said, okay, you should go back to the classroom and then go back.
All right. Okay. Because I'm from Taiwan, right? So everything is very because I'm used to it, so everything just kind of makes sense. But now that you mentioned it, it's kind of weird. Why do we have like some kind of military guy in our school and then kind of like being a police, like telling people to do something and not to do something?
Yeah.
It is quite weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're so like kind for me. I love them. And then sometimes they get me a snack.
All right. Yeah. That's cool. So they, even though they are kind of like a supervisor of the whole like campus, but they are also really nice to you. I see. All right. I guess it considers culture shock because in Japan's high school, you guys don't have that, right?
No.
Okay, cool. So, I love your answer. Your answer is just so unique. That's great. That's great. All right. And the last one is like, your background is very, very special. You're Japanese. You went to Taiwan and you also stay in the USA. What is the message that you wanted to share to the people who wants to travel around and learn a new language just like you? What is the message you wanted to share?
It's kind of difficult. Message for the people. Like communicating with people with new language is very fun. I think it's feeling like challenging stuff, and then sometimes like hesitate or like scared to communicate new person or like new language. But I think like people can communicate with not perfect language because nobody can speak perfect language. So
that's a good point.
That you don't hesitate to using like broken language. There's no broken language though. So like just enjoying interact with friends or like communicating each other and then learning new stuff.
Wow, that's very profound. Your message is totally I think it can encourage a lot of people, especially like me personally. I'm a teacher on Amazing Talker a website, and most of my students are from Taiwan. Their question is always like, oh, I need to speak a perfect sentence. I have to use the most accurate vocabulary when I was talking. And then they kind of kill the fun. Like what you say is like when you can really have the communication with other people, it's really, really fun. Like what you said, it's supposed to be enjoyable, right? But like somehow that we just feel like, oh, I feel like I have to speak the perfect, like what you said, the perfect language. So the other person or another group of people will understand me. But actually, it's not like that, right? Like what you said, it's you just enjoy it. You don't have to worry about your language. There is no perfect language. There is no bad language because we're having a communication. Actually, we are equal.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my God. That's really, really, it's going to inspire a lot of people.
Yeah, it's actually a message for me. I still sometimes hesitate to using like English and Chinese with like foreign people. So yeah.
So whenever you feel like hesitate or you feel the fear, you just say, no, don't fear, just enjoy.
Yeah, just enjoy. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh wow. I'm so touching. But I am also very happy that Taiwanese people treated you very nicely. All right, that's really cool. Okay, so that's the very last profound message to the learner. So, and especially I think it's very persuasive, especially from you because you're also from Asia. As we know, like Asian people, we tend to, because of the cultural, we tend to kind of be like, just hold it to ourselves. We don't, we don't dare to express our feelings or our ideas when we interact with other people. We are overthinking, like we don't have the confidence of ourselves. But your story telling people, don't fear, just do, and you'll enjoy your wonderful life. And then, I don't know, sometimes people from different countries will show you, chicken leg, frog leg, or anything like that. And you might like it. They might show you something really weird, but you will like it. And those are all like life valuable experience, right? All right, very nice. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for sharing your wonderful story and your very funny answer. I still love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Taiwanica. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.